Welcome to Hodson Stadium in Eugene. This is one of those benchmark opportunities for both teams, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. He understands the importance of this game as a separator in the conference standings. With both teams undefeated, some games under their belt, this will be a great test for his team to see if they are on track to make it to the conference championship. He wants their total focus, their total composure, and their total attention today in this crucial conference matchup. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Buckeyes will kick off first, and here we go. Here he comes with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Quarterback changing the play. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top 5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff position.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge down the stretch. It gives you a shot in the arm. You prove your worth in this football game, and you start to build your case as you get to the end of the season of why you could possibly get to the best team in the country.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hawkins. Breaks into the open. The 40. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. And the Ducks have their offense in high gear. Underwood fires to the middle. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Deafening noise. Reed trying to cut through it. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Well, unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. From the gun, it's White. Down he goes.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
From the gun on 3rd down, Reed. Fires left. Makes a connection. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing Reed. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Now here's Reed. Rush right in his face. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they got it at the 49. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Gets the back moving. Here's Underwood to throw. Out wide right, it's Moore. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
Play fake, Marcel Reed. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
From the gun, on third down, it's Marcel Reed. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be fourth down after the rare drop from this dude. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Run inside. It's Hill. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And I think the defense kind of understood what was coming. Back-to-back possessions where this offense threw interceptions, like they're going to want to get the run game going, and they were ready for it. Great job fitting the gaps and making good, solid tackles.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Throwing, Underwood. Looking for a big play. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Straight ahead, it's Hawkins. Shakes off the defender. He's loose down the middle. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Well, we're only in the 1st quarter, and already this guy has 2 explosive runs. He told us coming into this one he thought he could have a big day statistically against this defense. It was something he saw on film that made him believe he was going to have a lot of success. And he's already doing it now. He is breaking off big ones. He's showing you the vision. He's showing you the speed. Defense has no idea how to stop him.
Takes a handoff. It's Davison. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Hits inside, it's Hawkins. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
The Ducks will try to convert on 4th down. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. And he will go down. Couldn't get rid of it in time, and the defense gets a sack on 4th down.
And, man, a lot of times it's hard to outrun that blitz, and they bring pressure. They push him outside of the pocket. Nice job covering him downfield. Nobody open. He can't find a place to go with the football, and this is exactly what you should do. Keep hunting. Keep chasing. Finally catch him, get the big sack on 4th down.
A solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Reed. Rushes on. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Just had to get rid of it.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Underwood in the gun on third down. Still looking. Had nowhere to go with that one. Had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Just drives it between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. Turning it on! It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offense.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Man, another negative play for this offense. You've had the turnovers. You're throwing in the sacks. Like, they've got to do something better. They got to protect their quarterback, and they got to take care of the football. There's step 1 and 2.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football. Right? That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Here's Reed to throw. Slings it downfield. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today.
And the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football. The impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Finds his big tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
And the Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Underwood. Left side, it's Moore. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Timeout signal forward by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Touchdown Ducks! Middle of the end zone. He's got it.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quick give. It's White. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Reed got out of trouble, got rid of it. This time he's got his man.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver in the middle of the field.
In the gun, 3rd down, Reed. Makes the grab over the middle. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force them.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. He'll keep it on the sneak. Not going to get there, and the decision to go for it on 4th down does not work.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed now. Early in the game, a chance to create momentum.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Throwing Reed. Moving to his left. Unloads to the wideout. Good job just to get rid of that one.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the 1st half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
Out wide left, it's White. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Here's a little room there. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. Ohio State calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back's got it. Give him 6. Touchdown, Buckeye!
It took them some time, but finally here at the end of the first half, they were finally able to get it right and score a touchdown. You know, I think oftentimes as an offensive coordinator, you've scripted your first 10 plays, things aren't working. You're looking for formations, you're looking for schemes you can run to finally break through, and that last drive might be what this offense needs to finally turn the corner. We'll see in the second half.
From inside the 15, here's the return. There he goes, open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Oregon. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. Let's get things popping this week with Kentucky taking on the number 8 team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. And it's the Crimson Tide on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates, and while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen.
You can really feel the momentum changing in this game now, can't you? The defense comes away with a massive takeaway deep in their own end. And here's the offense on the third play of this drive, getting the first down and doing it running the football. Everything seems to be shifting in this team's favor.
And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally. And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Running inside, it's White. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll ride him again. He's past the marker. And he's stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Got a man in the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
After getting stopped on that second down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on third.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Marches ahead. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense. You're creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Marcel Reed to throw for it on 4th. Looking to the end zone. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Finds a hole, and he'll pick up 6 out to the 8-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk.
Sprinting away. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. He now has 111 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Right back to the well. On his feet at the 40. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Hawkins. A 5-yard pickup there leaves him with 3rd down and 5. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? Hand it to the back. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the 1st down marker. It's 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They've finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And that hurts missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Reed. Oh, pressure's coming. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any conclusions.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and just
continues to fight for yards. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. They'll start this drive at their own 48. On the move, it's Davison. Runs through a tackle. All kinds of room to the right. Past the 10. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The run inside. It's Jackson. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
The pop pass gets popped behind the line for a loss.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with a first down. Here's Reed to throw. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
It's caught downfield. Lots of room to run. Touchdown, Ohio State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Straight ahead, it's Davison. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Second and long here. Motion from the back. Here's Underwood to throw. Left side is fair. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Right? It's a fumble. Oh, and he's able to get it back and saves himself a rear end chewing. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
They're all over him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Hits inside. It's Moore. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Crosses the 30. He's got to land. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Talk about saving your best when the moment is the biggest. Nice job in the fourth quarter. Been grinding all day. Made the biggest run of the day when it counted the most. Picked up the first down in a pretty close ball game.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They give it to him again. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Ducks will send out the punt unit.
Number 39 on to kick it away.
Trying to take it back. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Quarterback keeps it. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Found the seam. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. At the 35, he's loose. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Buckeyes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll give it to him again. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Look out! Out wide right, it's Johnson. Oh, he's got some space. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Reed, under pressure, throws toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely playing the deep end.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Fourth down, Reed. Going for it all. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Using his legs, it's Davison. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.